All right, all right.
What's up, y'all?
Sorry we starting off so late. I mean, it's always
Something.
a struggle trying to get everything, get settled and then get prepared and then make sure everything is right before we start on Facebook Live. Well, good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
How's
yes, I'm
everyone
fixing
doing?
myself, y'all. Yes. Get over it. No, psych, I'm only playing, y'all. Only playing.
No, they can get over it.
All right, what's going on? Woosah. Hey, y'all, what's going on? What's good? We're here, and we're glad that you came. We're glad that you're tuning in. Thank you, Bree. Thank you, Cynthia, for tuning in. I'm going to be inviting some more folks.
Now, don't finish it like you did last time.
I'm not. I'm going to make sure that I got it going on here.
Just worry about the top part, not the part.
I am. So, okay, cool beans. So, really glad that you guys are here. Chit Chat Chew Show is going to be doing some different things as far as location, what we're doing today, location, which direction Chit Chat Chew is going to be going in. Hey, that's life, that's what happens. It's not all the time that you're in one situation or one place or whatever the case may be. So, this is our homey feel, and we're glad that you're tuning in, and definitely please invite other people. Let us know that you can hear us. That's really important because we do not want to conversations.
And nobody says
and
nothing.
No one says anything as far as if you can hear us. So if you could just be so kind, you can type Y, you can type yes, you can type in, you can type no. Just let us know if you can hear us or not. That's all that we ask. We don't ask too much. Just let us know if you can hear us. So we have a lot of different topics that's going on, 4 different topics to be exact. As you know, every month is a different awareness. And so the month of June, there's several of them. But we just kind of want to touch on 4 of them today. So thank you, Vanessa, for tuning in.
Thank you, Vanessa, and thank the other 2 people that is tuning into the show.
So to start us off, I am Jade, one of the co-hosts of Chit Chat Chew.
And I'm the other co-host, Uno, for Chit Chat Chew Show.
Yes, we are each other's loves.
Don't try to butter up.
Ain't nobody trying to butter up. Stop with it.
We special.
We are
a special ass couple.
We are special, but
a dynamic, the weird, unusual couple.
But we got a lot of love for each other. Trust that. You fuck with her, you fucking with me.
Yes, that's how I feel. I don't play with my fucking baby. I do not play about that. Seriously, I don't play about that.
As well as we are business partners.
Yes.
Okay, so let's just get started. Okay, so one of the topics that we're touching on is, the 4 topics is PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder. Another one is Alzheimer's and brain awareness. That's going to be the first half, I believe, of our show. The second half is we're going to be talking about Men's Health Month, as well as National Safety Month. So those are the 4 different awarenesses that we're going to be talking about. And for those that really gave a damn last week, who hit me up outside of Facebook, because I told y'all I was not feeling well last week. This was past a migraine headache. I just want to say I appreciate you. Thank you for just saying, are you okay? That's what's up. I appreciate that.
Appreciate you guys for being concerned and reaching out.
The sincere ones.
Yeah, the sincere ones.
Not those fake ass. We can't do it.
I mean, you really don't give a fuck. But the ones who are sincere, we appreciate you for being concerned and reaching out to her to see what was going on and how she's doing. So that's very much appreciated. For my lady and being concerned. Thank you.
Yes, and also let me just say for those that may not, let me just apologize in advance, even though I'm still going to continue to be me. But there are some of those that might not curse, might not like to hear it from either one of us. So I'm apologizing in advance if you don't like it. Just humbly, just don't look at our show, this evening or whatever, because we're just us. We're just unapologetic. We're raw. We cover many different topics. If you're uncomfortable, if we talk about some LGBT stuff, hey, I don't know what to say to you, but we talk about many things. We're very diverse individually and collectively. That's what I'm all about. So
I don't know. I mean,
you don't have to like it. I'm not asking anybody to like lifestyles and all that, but you're going to respect us. That's the definite thing of it.
If not, just get the hell off the page. If you're not going to respect it.
And you will get blocked because I can,
There's no point in having someone that don't like us on here because I don't like you either. Because my thing is, if you don't like me, I automatically don't like you. So that's how that's going to be. But I will say, I don't know how we can target just a particular audience because we talk about everything. I know they say you should try to, crunch it down to a certain audience where it's reaching more people, But
see, the thing, the wonderful thing about it is that our audience is diverse. So we're going to have diverse conversations about everything, even stuff that might even make us uncomfortable. We're still going to talk about it.
Yeah, absolutely.
So what you want to talk about first? One of the awareness. Which one?
Okay, so the first one I would want to talk about. Well, let's get to it because this is what we got. I'm going off the caption I have in the flyer. I'm gonna go off that. So PTSD and Alzheimer's and brain awareness.
Okay.
And you can touch more on the PTSD. Of course, I'm gonna engage with you, but
so we're starting where?
PTSD.
Okay.
Well, those are the 2 for 6 to 7 because you can't do all 4 in 1 hour. So it's 2 for 6 to 7, and then there's 7 to 8. I want to kind of stay consistent. I want to stay on course. So PTSD.
Okay.
And Alzheimer's and brain awareness.
Love it. Okay, so for many of you, we're gonna start off with PTSD, which stands for post-traumatic stress disorder. Okay, and it's also PTSD Awareness Day, also in the month of June. This is one of those that's dear to my heart because if any of you guys know me off of this Facebook, or rather you know of me on Facebook, I do live with a mental illness. I do not let it control me. I control it the best that I can on a daily basis. And one of the diagnoses of my mental illness is PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder. And if you can relate, if you know of a family member or you yourself feel comfortable enough to say, you experience PTSD/anxiety,
please feel free.
No judgment zone here. You can leave the comment. Yes. I know sometimes
get right.
Okay.
There you go. Okay.
All right. So here it is. We're reading off. I'm going to let you know I'm definitely reading off. National PTSD Awareness Day is actually today, June 27, 2017. In order to bring greater awareness to the issue of post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD, the United States Senator designated June 27th as National PTSD Awareness Day. In addition, June has been designated as PTSD Awareness Month by the National Center for PTSD. PTSD is a mental health problem that can occur after someone has been exposed to a single traumatic event or multiple traumatic events, such as sexual or physical assault, natural or man-made disaster, and war-related combat stress. Symptoms of PTSD include persistent, intrusive thoughts and distressing dreams about the traumatic event, triggered emotional responses to reminders of the trauma, efforts to avoid thinking or talking about the trauma, and persistent hypervigilance for cues, that indicate additional danger or trauma reoccurring. So that's the overall. There's so much more to it. That's the overall. Of course, we're going to do our best to make sure that there's links, because again, if you or someone you know may be experiencing it, there is definitely help out there. Again, I that's one of my diagnoses, and as it stated, I experienced a traumatic event at the age of 4 or 5. That's as far as I can go back, 4 or 5, where a dear at the time, a former dear friend of the family, or friend of my mother, I should say, he molested me sexually. Yeah, I might get a little graphic, forgive me. He penetrated me with his fingers at the age of 4 or 5. And at the age of 4 or 5, I did not know any better, you know. And it had been going on up until, I believe, maybe 7, 8. And, you know, so I suffered in silence. I didn't say anything. And plus, me growing up was very shy, very timid, didn't talk to people. People bullied me at a young age, you know. And so that was where it first started. And then it led up to, as I got older, I experienced sexual trauma. I got raped and robbed. So, and other traumatic events also included getting robbed. You know, I got robbed at gunpoint by 4 young black men. Call it for what it is. And so I'm, you know, just from that and being homeless at one time in a shelter on the street, just different traumatic experiences. I don't know. It's definitely taken me in different directions. It's gotten me to the point where I'm at now, because I am a stronger person, because you would not catch me talking about this at all unless I was seeing a therapist, psychologist, like out and
how many names they got?
And as open as I am now, because it's a general topic, but it's also being an Asiatic queen, woman, black. We don't talk about it in our community.
No, we don't.
It's progressing, but it's still very hush hush, quiet, and a lot of people feel like it's their fault. I mean, I can remember growing up thinking like it was my fault if I say anything to my mom or say anything to family members. 1, they wouldn't believe me. They would protect the person who did it. 2, would I get in trouble? You know, would I get disciplined? You know, thinking that my mom thought, in my head at that time, thinking, would she think I'm lying? You know.
Then they think, you know, you trying to cause confusion among
family members or close related people in the family. So it was different. It was different things. And even as I had my own kids who also live with PTSD from traumatic experiences, it's just a lot. And people are so quick to say, you should have did this, well, you should have said this, or you should have told somebody, but you don't live in our shoes.
Yeah.
So therefore you can't may mean well, but unless that person's shoes and really experience PTSD, whether it's, you know, from individuals who have served our country, they go in with a different mindset. When they come out, it's like real crazy, and it's very common for vets or people who served in the military. They come out, you always hear they have PTSD.
They have, a lot of them had them disorders, and then they have those flashbacks.
And
we're living in that past of when they was in war and what they endured during the war. So it's a lot. It takes a toll on them, not just physically,
but mentally too. Definitely, it takes a toll on me, physically and mentally. And from those that I've come in contact with, they say the same thing. I mean, you know, I've had the really severe bad nightmares, and you know, I used to have it to the point where I was really reliving, like in my dreams, what happened to me. At one point, I dreamt a lot of death. You know, I still I have anxiety, which is associated with PTSD, and so there are times when, you know, I'm looking behind my back because I have anxiety. I really don't like people too close up in my space. I really don't.
I mean, I wouldn't say a lot of times with her how she don't like people too close up because she freaks out or she'll lash out. Not physically, but verbally, you can definitely see that it's very uncomfortable for her. So, I mean, it's just all from what she dealt with in the past.
And so, yeah, you
that
know,
she still deals with today.
Today, you know, for some people, they're able to get past it quickly. Other times, I mean, it's a lifelong healing process. I'm not gonna lie, I hated men. You know, I've been hurt by women and men, excuse me. But, you know, one is not better than the other. But more trauma from men, and I've gotten that all of my life, even if it wasn't anyone sexually, physically touching me. I've had the emotional abuse from blood relatives, close family friends, things of that nature, relationships. So, you know, I just kind of had been a mess for a while. And I'm very grateful, all praises due, to that I'm not in that place anymore. I don't hate men. I have a son, so I don't hate men. You know, I have just been able to redirect and deal with things a little better. Yeah, I'm still uncomfortable with some men. I'm uncomfortable with some women, to be honest with you. But
hey, well, I mean, what way? Like, far as like trying to like talk to you or disengage?
I mean, sometimes it's a engagement thing, but it's,
how does it make you feel like when they do?
You know, because I'm you know, hey, obviously I've been in relationships with men because I have children. There's no artificial insemination, no disrespect, but you know, just bad relationships, whether it was an intimate one or at that time, just like, you know, what I thought was good friendship dogged me out mentally, you know. But today, honey, I still have some challenges. I'm not perfect, but I'm able to deal with things a whole lot better. Because once upon a time, it was very angry for me. Still homicidal, not gonna lie. And just, you know, when you go through trauma in general, a lot of times you react in piss poor ways. Like you can become a sexual addict, gambling, stealing, just so many things that you can. That
your
you
outlet,
can do.
It's a destructive outlet.
It's a destructive outlet, and
it can affect relationships.
Exactly.
Like in a relationship, it can not only affect you, but even friendships.
Definitely friendships.
People and friendships.
Because, you know, I was one of those that was quick to say friend, because I needed that acceptance at the time. So I was being the loyal one, but on the receiving side, they was not. Unfortunately, they was not, and it just seemed to be like, okay, they were using me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's how people is.
So even in relationships, intimate relationships, same thing.
Yeah.
So you know, that whole healing process, and that's for me. That's where spirituality plays a part. Had to start becoming more spiritual, because the situations don't stop. But I feel for me, when I'm getting in tune more spiritually and becoming more conscious, I'm able to deal with things better. Doesn't always flow perfect, but I'm able to deal with things a lot better. So my circle is definitely small now. There's a lot of people that I know, but do I allow in my personal space? No, I've knocked it down, and
can't allow everybody.
Exactly, and I'm okay with that. I have one best friend, and she is sitting next to me, and you know why? Because no, seriously, like the reason why I say that is because I'm not quick to call people friends, and
I understand.
And I really take time.
Understand.
And it's all about trust. You got to earn it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So,
True.
you know, a lot of different things can trigger for me with PTSD.
I mean, as far as people, if they do something that you don't like.
I don't like.
That could be a danger to your PTSD.
Right.
Or add on to your PTSD.
Or add on to it. Right.
Okay.
And so, yeah, I think, again, one of the biggest things is definitely like, people in my personal space.
Oh, I know. I can tell you.
You know, I don't like.
I'll be like, really, baby?
I don't
really?
know. And maybe some people might say,
"What the hell wrong hooker?" That's what they say.
and that's okay too. I mean, that's okay because they're not in my skin.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
absolutely.
You know.
I mean, you do it how you do it. You know. I mean,
I'm not ignoring you guys. I'm just also trying to. Symptoms. So
I want to read that.
So go ahead and read the symptoms.
No, you go ahead, baby. You do you. Go ahead.
You can.
No, it's okay. You good. Good.
But I want to say good evening, Brother Josh.
Hey, Josh.
Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you, Irene Hicks.
Thank you, Treva Creek Morrow.
Judith. Thank you for Love Bugs. I love it.
What's going on?
And did you say Treva?
Yeah, Treva.
Hey, what's going on,
doing?
Treva? Peace to all you.
Vanessa, right? Already.
And Vanessa, if I didn't say hello again.
What's
and
going
Cynthia
on,
and Bree again. Thank you guys. Thank you, Candace, for showing the thumbs up with that. We appreciate you.
Right.
Again, you know, it's just like the different things that we talk about. It is general, but I'm not going to sit here and say that I'm not going to say, you know, like what I just said as far as, you know, our black community needs to get better with it because it's definitely a hush-hush.
Including myself, because let me tell you, I mean, she talks about it more, but I really need to just say it. I need to talk about it more. Even I live with a mental disability, you know. I mean, it's not PTSD, but I mean, I have schizoaffective disorder. You know, I'm bipolar, and I live with depression. And yeah, I mean, now as far as with my lady and her PTSD, you know, schizophrenic affective disorder. Far as just people being in your space, how you have that kind of paranoia. I mean, that's also a symptom of having schizoaffective disorder. Like you deal with paranoia, very distant with people, very cautious of people. I guess you could say you're just not trusting of people. You don't know how to take people. You just very, you know, you just to yourself, you know. So I mean, living your life like that, I mean, it's definitely not good. But you know, it's just all based on, you know, what's happened in my past to make me that way. You know, I'm still dealing with it now. I'm trying to learn how to channel that and not think the way I think, but it can be hard because, hey, I mean, I know my people think that, my people probably think that's crazy, but like she said, I mean, you're not in my skin, so you can't understand unless you live with the same thing. You can identify where I'm coming from, you know, so, I mean, yes, I mean, it's not an easy thing. I mean, from, dealing with abuse, whether it's sexual or, physical, verbal, on top of, I guess, felt abandonment, on top of, just of dealing with people during my whole life, even before I dealt with people, just, when I was young, going to elementary school, to middle school, to high school, me and my siblings being teased, and because we lived different, I grew up in a Muslim household, so, we dressed different than all the other kids, so you just get teased about the way we dress. Also, my brother, he's special needs, so having to deal with, cruel kids, not only teasing him, but in other forms abusing him. Not sexually, but it was more, verbal and physical because he was different. And then always trying to, guard him and, and take up for him, and, because, he wasn't able to defend himself like he could have, but so on top of that, and then as I got into my adulthood, just dealing with people, having bad relationships with people, relationships or friendships, that also added to my mental illness because of past situations and how people have done me as well. And then also, inflicting the same on others. And even having where, in certain instances where, dealing with it in my own way, whether it's, having a sexual addiction, being very verbally aggressive. I have a lot of anger. That's another thing I deal with. Have a lot of anger. So I deal with stuff in an aggressive way. Very sensitive. Just a lot. And so yeah, on top of all that, and just like I said, human experience dealing with people. And so that's my little story. I don't want to get all deep, but I just wanted to get that off my chest. That's why I was quiet. Of course, because I'm just trying to look up these articles here. I have them, but I'm trying to get it set, but just thinking to myself and being quiet.
Because it's hard to talk about it for people who really, you have to experience that for yourself. I facilitate a group through National Alliance on Mental Illness, short for NAMI, NAMI, and I post up here on Facebook. I am the facilitator, and I've had people that I know personally that come out, and I let them know, including my daughter, and I let her know, when you come, Mom is not mom. Mom is the facilitator. Excuse me. Mom is the facilitator. This group is not about me. This group is about all of us, how we can all support each other. And if you don't want to say anything, hey, you don't have, I wear different hats, and I wear a different hat when I'm the facilitator, because I always say stress was what is said in that room, in that space, that is where you're going to leave it. Because I cannot do the disrespect, you fucking running your mouth, because I'm going to have an issue with that, and I'm going to have an issue with you. So it's really hard, and I also say it's a lot of undiagnosed people in this world. I used to be one of those undiagnosed ones, just, like Uno, they, back then, like, they didn't have PTSD, anxiety. Well, I put it this way, if they did, it definitely was not talked about. PTSD or anxiety, schizoaffective disorder, as I'm diagnosed with schizoaffective disorder as well, associated with depression and, PTSD and anxiety and all of that other stuff. They didn't talk about that. In my family, even though I was brought up Christian Baptist, I was raised by a single mother, and in my household, it was speak when you're spoken to. And that's just the way that it was. And you dare not question it. Or else there was discipline to come with it. I just got to be honest. And it's not putting my mom down. It's just that's how my household was. And so, there's lots of people that go through lots of experience. And let me just also say, please be sensitive, friendly with the, well, he or she is just acting crazy, just acting he or she is just bipolar.
It's dismissive.
Stop.
Okay?
Stop. That's verbal abuse as far as I'm concerned.
It's dismissive.
Yes, stop with they just bipolar. Did he or she take her medicine today? Stop. You're stupid.
Stop
it
labeling.
Sounds ignorant.
Labeling, prejudging so quickly and not trying to understand why the person is like that.
Exactly, because you have no clue unless you live with it.
Yeah.
The stigma is still real.
Yes,
and
it
also,
is.
please stop thinking that people who are in the LGBT community, that's the main reason why they are who they are. No. This is not mental illness or mental health is not an LGBT thing, honey. Let me inform those that do not, who don't know. Now you know. Mental illness affects all.
Everybody. Doesn't
of
matter.
all ages, all genders. It don't discriminate
all
against races, size, or any of that.
Gender. It don't matter.
It don't matter. It is all. And that's why we're talking about it. And that's why, for me, it's definitely passionate, because I'm going to keep advocating. I'm going to keep being an activist. I'm going to keep running my mouth on it, as well as I run my mouth on other things that means something. And, PTSD, like you said, has so many different dynamics,
Schizoaffective kind of have a correlation with each other.
Exactly. It does. Like,
not that they're identical, but certain things they have correlation with, as far as the symptoms and stuff like that. So,
do you want to read your symptoms that you have? You have the symptoms.
Yeah, I'll read it.
Okay.
Okay. So,
let me just say, honey, yes, I may be a little bit more comfortable about talking about it, but let me tell you, it took pretty much all my life to really talk about a lot of things. I sit here now, I have anxiety. Don't think because you see something else like, ooh,
don't mean nothing's going on.
Don't mean nothing going on up in this head. Is racing. But I'm trying to, compose and woosah myself to talk about things, because rather than, people still judge you. That's not stopping. People still pointing fingers. Look at her. Ooh, she crazy. But hey, whatever. That's what I say. Whatever.
That's what it is.
It's what it is. So go ahead.
Well. Okay. So what are the symptoms of PTSD? All right. There are 4 types of PTSD. That may not be exactly the same for everyone. Each person experiences symptoms in their own way. So the one symptom is reliving the event, also called re-experiencing symptoms. You may have bad memories or nightmares. You even may feel like you're going through the event again. This is called a flashback, which you stated. Number 2, avoid situations that remind you of the event. You may try to avoid situations or people that trigger memories of the traumatic event. You may even avoid talking or thinking about the event. Okay, yes. Number 3, having more negative beliefs and feelings. The way you think about yourself and others may change because of the trauma. You may feel guilt or shame, or you may not be interested in activities you used to enjoy. You may feel that the world is dangerous and you can't trust anyone. Well, that's how I be feeling. I feel like the world is dangerous and I can't trust no one. That's exactly how I feel. That's why I'm going to get to that in a minute. You might be numb or find it hard to feel happy. Number 4, feeling keyed up, also called hyperarousal. You may be jittery or always alert or on the lookout for danger. I kind of do that too, to be honest. Or you may have trouble concentrating or sleeping. You might suddenly get angry or irritable, startle easy, or act in unhealthy ways, like smoking, using drugs and alcohol, or driving recklessly. And children can suffer with PTSD too.
Right, 6 and younger.
Yeah,
that's what it says here.
You got that too?
Like it's not just an adult thing or preteen thing. This again, it could as young as myself, 4, remembering back at 4. Okay, what happened? And like Uno said, like I experienced a lot of those things. Definitely trust. Trust is a big thing for me. It really is. Trust is a big thing. There are times I live one day at a time, really. That AA thing, I live one footstep at a time, because there are days that I'm in good space, and there are times that it is impossible to get up in the morning to do anything. Not wanting to deal with the outside world, just really kind of be to myself. And because I am an only child, it's not just an only child thing, but because I am an only child, I know what I've been by myself, so that doesn't really bother me. But I know one thing: the first step for myself or Uno or anybody else that might be out there, take that first step. I tell anybody, you can inbox me if you know me personally. You can call me if you have my number. Call me, text me. I'm willing to not only listen, but if I have the resources, that's me. That's what I'm here for, because it's the longer you hold it in, the worse it get. To the point where you may even feel suicidal. Been there. Tried it a few times, and it's a very dark, lonely, scary place, so it's deep. PTSD is serious.
It's very serious. People don't understand. That's the thing, or anything that's correlated to that, to the mental illness, even with schizoaffective disorder. Now this part where it says jittery, or alert, or you think it's some danger around, so you're always on the lookout. You have trouble concentrating or sleeping. You get angry, irritable. What's another one here? The trust factor. I know that I just read something about the trust factor. Not trusting no one. Because you feel the world is dangerous. I feel like that a lot of times, based off traumatic experiences. And that's my reason of not trying to be close to anybody, or even really trying to get to know people. You know, I mean, I know people, but as far as just letting people in my space, no. You know, I have to be really comfortable with you. I have to trust you, you know. And shit, a lot of times I go off the vibe of you, you know, because intuition don't lie. You can lie, but intuition don't lie. You can say whatever you want to say, but I ain't going to listen to you if the intuition is telling me something else. So, not everybody's out here to be your friend either. Because there's some people that's really out here to get you, and that's just what it is. But a lot of times, yeah, I'm always on alert. I'm always standoffish. I'm always cautious, and you know, I'm just funny acting. But not because, I mean, I don't want to, but it's just hard for me. You know, and I deal with this every day, and I try to be more open to people in general, you know, because I know everybody in the world is not bad. You know, there's actually good people in the world, but you know, it's hard to see that when all you see, or all you experience and what you deal with is negative. So, I just wanted to share that.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You know, they also say the DSM-5 book defines a traumatic event as exposure to actual or threatened death, serious injury, or sexual violence. And, you know, I seen a cousin of mine when I was young. He shot his brains out. And so that was very traumatic for me. You know, so that's one of the things, being bullied growing up. So I'd like to thank all those people right now from Green Grove era up until Neptune High School or Neptune Senior High, or whatever the hell they call it now, the school. I'd like to thank all the people who I thought were friends and those that I knew that because I wasn't in the clique, I'd like to thank you for making me the stronger person that I am today. I do not have any animosity anymore against anyone. I hope everybody succeeds, and I hope whatever your goal is in life that you, fulfill it, because you helped me become the person that I am, and I'm very comfortable, and a lot of people left me alone, and I am okay with that. I really am. I am so okay with that. So, but yes, thank you. And so I just wanted to get that out too. But it says, you know, being involved in or witnessing a car accident can be traumatic. Undergoing major surgery, you know, bone marrow transplant, extensive hospitalization, or severe burns. Experience or witnessing natural disasters, earthquakes, hurricanes, floods, or fires. Violent crimes, kidnapping. Physical assault, that was me, or assault or murder of a parent or a loved one. Community violence, attacks at school, or suicide of a friend, family member, or child in the same age group. Chronic physical or sexual abuse.
I was going to say, if they're going to add the sexual part, that definitely plays a part in PTSD.
You know, definitely. Facts, it says approximately 4% of youth between the ages of 13 and 18 will develop PTSD in adolescence. Girls are more likely than boys to develop PTSD and to experience symptoms for a longer duration. The chance of developing PTSD increases with the severity of the trauma. For example, almost all children who are sexually abused or who witness the death or assault of a parent will later suffer PTSD. Youth with PTSD may experience other problems as well, including depression, other anxiety problems, or acting out behaviors. In teens with PTSD, substance abuse programs are also common. For example, drug or alcohol use. Yep, me, been there. The negative effects of PTSD are far-reaching, impacting quality of social, occupational, interpersonal, developmental, educational, and health functioning throughout the lifespan. Timely and effective intervention is critical. And so something that, because my head raises, something that Uno brought up about, her sibling having a special need. that also, I was teased about that because growing up, they didn't say special need back then. They called you retarded. And so I had that special need. I could not write well, nor could I speak. And so with the help of the people that did help me through that process, I write so much better. I speak so much better. This is what I hear. And, I have better confidence. Also within that PTSD, either Uno or myself read, the death of a family member.
Oh yeah, you just read that.
Or a very close friend. Mm-hmm. My dad passed away of Alzheimer's back in 2014. That was traumatic for me. However, I'm still numb to it. I guess I'm grieving in my own way, and it's associated with numbness, but that was very traumatic for me. Even though my mother is still alive, she lives with dementia, which is traumatic, which we're going to get into the Alzheimer's very soon. That's very traumatic. So different things for different people play different parts. So again,
that could bring on PTSD.
Yes, and I could be feeling good one moment, and it'll take something trigger me, and I just see everything from 4 up to my current age now, and it could just set me off. So I'm a pro-choice when it comes to medicine. I'm pro-choice. Me, I personally want to go the holistic way, the natural way, and that's what I'm working on now, because to me, I've been a lab rat or a guinea pig, so to speak. I have been on so many different medicines. Honestly, they have me currently on 22, and I take none for my psych meds. I had 22 of them. I take none. I have stopped. And I'm working on not taking any more metformin for my diabetes or the lisinopril for my blood pressure. But again, I'm a pro-choice. What works for you works for you. Okay? I do encourage, however, find a support group that you feel comfortable with and trust. If you need therapy, it's okay. If you need a psychiatrist, it's okay. Whatever type of positive healing that you need to get you to where you need to go to, do it. I definitely also encourage you to speak up. Speak up to your doctor, speak up to all the professional people, because if you're not satisfied with something, you are entitled to find someone else or get a second or third opinion. You don't have to go off of just that one person. And guess what? Not all the time do you need to be pumped up with meds. I'm not anymore. I feel better because I don't feel, honestly, my meds that I was taking was making me more suicidal and making me homicidal. That's just not a place where I want it to be. So today, I'm not feeling homicidal. I'm not feeling suicidal. I have support here with Uno. I have, I even have this in their own special way, and my mom her own special way, and just good people from my Buddhist center, SGI, and just it's people that have come for a short term and a long term that have said what they needed to say and moved forward. And I'm okay with that. Because like Uno, I have abandonment issues as well. And I used to get really pissed off. And it used to trigger that traumatic thing. And just when I got comfortable, they had to go. And I would get pissed off. But now I'm in a different space that my mind is just kind of programmed like, okay, however long you here, I'm going to just work with that. And I'm going to keep it moving the best that I can.
Absolutely.
So.
That's all you can do. much time because we do have to get to Alzheimer's.
Yeah.
So I wanted to say this about PTSD, and then also we could get into what can people do. What can people do to get involved in some type of community activism, far as PTSD being involved, go to events, stuff like that. So we'll get into that.
I'm sorry. Good evening, Melissa. Melissa was one of our guests.
Hey, Melissa. What's
Hi,
going
Melissa.
on?
Hi, Eunice Clark. She is from the Neptune, the Jersey Shore area. She was very nice to me, I have to admit.
Nizoni, appreciate you for joining our Facebook Live.
And also one of our upcoming guests coming up in a few weeks. Hello, Queen. How are you? It is Vanessa Blackwell. I'm not going to tell you too much about her. You're just going to have to see when the show come on. But she has good energy. She has good energy. See what she does? What is that about?
Like I don't invite people that got good energy?
Of course you do. We'll let them know if you vibe with somebody who got good energy. I'm just saying Vanessa has good energy. We are accountability partners.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm just messing with
we're in a group together and we are accountability. So I just appreciate it. That's all.
I'm just messing with you. So I wanted to still touch on children, how they act differently than adults, okay? So how children react differently than adults to PTSD? Okay, so children and teens can have extreme reactions to trauma, but their symptoms may not be the same as adults. In very young children, less than 6 years of age, the symptoms include wetting the bed after having learned to use the toilet, forgetting how to or being unable to talk, acting out the scary event during playtime, being unusually clingy with a parent or an adult. Older children and teens are more likely to show symptoms similar to those seen in adults. They may also develop, disruptive, disrespectful, or destructive behaviors. Older children and teens may feel guilty for not preventing injury or deaths. They may also have thoughts of revenge. So those are a few little tidbits about how children and preteens and older teens deal with PTSD different than adults. So, but at the end of the day, it's all based on what they experienced in a traumatic way. It all ties in, whether you're adult, preteen, teen, younger child, based.
Absolutely. So we have several websites that Uno will post up. What I say for those that have not a clue or those that need a refresher, just research. Become knowledgeable, become informed, become active. Wherever you may stay, if there's an event that's going on, or if there's someone that's speaking that lives with a mental illness that includes, PTSD, definitely, just get yourself involved, get in the know, and stop the ignorance and the stigma and the bullying and the label, the negative labeling and the, oh, he or she acting crazy and they're acting bipolar, they haven't taken their meds. Like, get out of that mindset, because that's just very ignorant, and these sites will have the signs that you can check, that will let you know that something's just not right. I encourage people that live with PTSD or any other mental illness, find a group in your city or state, get involved. Just get involved.
Even join a clinical trial if you wish to.
If you wish to join a clinical trial, that's good too. Yeah. People do it. People do it. It's different ways to get yourself involved, get yourself familiar with. So I just appreciate you guys listening to both of us. So I guess the next thing
is Alzheimer's and brain awareness. So we want to speak on those two things. I mean, they're related anyway, because Alzheimer's affects the brain and affects everything else on your body. So it's just brain diseases, basically. Okay, so that's what we're going to talk about. So you want to start off, or you want me to start off?
You can start off.
Okay. Well, I'm going to read this article here. Let me just...
Don't be copying and reading the same thing. We got the same thing.
Which...
Punk. No, sorry.
I'm going to the next.
No. Read it. I'm only playing.
It's too late now. I'm going to the next thing.
Oh, whatever. It doesn't matter.
Okay, hold on. Wait a minute, y'all. I don't want to be reading the same thing she reads.
No, I think if we need to reiterate it, then
my ass,
what? Would you hush now?
My ass.
Okay, be quiet.
I'm just being silly.
So we're just being silly. So yeah, if we reiterate and say the same thing, I mean, it is what it is. We just want you. This is another dear thing that's close to my heart as well.
Well, why don't you start that off? No, it's very dear and close to you.
I don't have to.
Oh, you know.
Okay,
you
so
start it off. Since you made your mouth, you go ahead and start it off.
Whatever. Okay. Talking about it in the PTSD. My mom lives with dementia, which is progressing. She's 81, and that's another hard thing. Believe me, this smile, it's hard to talk about, but I'm gonna push through it. When I first experienced what Alzheimer's was back in the 80s, late 80s. My Nana had Alzheimer's, and I was pregnant with my daughter, and I saw what my mother went through. You know, she was working full time. She'd get off of work. She would go to my Nana's, make sure she was taken care of in all ways, and she would just repeat that same cycle 7 days a week. She worked 5 at her job, but 7 days a week she was on my Nana, making sure that she was good. And then my dad, he passed away in 2014. He had Alzheimer's as well. I didn't get a chance to really go through that experience with him face to face, though over the phone I felt and heard the challenges that he went through. And so now, my mom lives with dementia, and, it's tough because we live in separate states, and, you know how older people can be, they get set in their ways, and my mom just didn't want to move where I was, and so now she's in a situation where she's going to have to come here and stay. But believe me when I tell you, half of the time people don't even know when I go up north to go handle business and see my mom and all of that, because I don't feel like the fake and the phoniness that I'm going to get, because I feel like my mother has lots of family and those who I grew up with that were like family, and they live around her, and you just can't go there and just sit down and so that's going to piss me off.
That's a whole nother conversation.
So I'm going to skip that. But it says here, Alzheimer's is not a normal part of aging, though mostly it is in older, I guess 40 or 50, but there are indications that it happens in as well. It says here, what is Alzheimer's? Alzheimer's is a disease, that attacks the brain. It is the most common form of dementia. It says, what is dementia? Dementia is a general term for a decline in mental ability severe enough to interfere with daily life. So, you can go ahead and read more if you like about, whatever.
You define what Alzheimer's disease is, correct?
In that brief,
Oh,
yes.
okay.
But you can definitely go further.
Okay. Well, this article basically talks about. It pretty much summarizes what is Alzheimer's and dementia, and then effective treatments, and kind of get more in depth about Alzheimer's and dementia. So also changes in Alzheimer's. So okay, the abnormalities of that. So I'll just read this and go from there. All right. So Alzheimer's disease is a progressive brain disorder that damages and eventually destroys brain cells, leading to memory loss and changes in thinking and other brain functions. It usually develops slowly and gradually gets worse as brain function declines and brain cells eventually wither and die. Ultimately, Alzheimer's is fatal, and currently there is no cure. So neuroscience research efforts are underway to develop effective treatments and ways to prevent the disease. Researchers are also working to develop better ways to care for affected people and better ways to support their families, friends, and caregivers. So that's a little tidbit there. Of course, you just said, the most common type of Alzheimer's is dementia, which is a general term used to describe various diseases and conditions that damage brain cells. Alzheimer's disease accounts for 60 to 80% of dementia cases. Other types include vascular dementia, dementia with Lewy bodies, and frontotemporal dementia. In some cases, a person may have more than one type and are said to have mixed dementia. Wow, I wonder what the hell that is. That's crazy. Now, this one thing here that says hallmark changes of Alzheimer's. Scientists have identified several hallmark Alzheimer's brain abnormalities, which includes plaques, which is the microscopic clumps of a protein fragment called beta-amyloid. Tangles, that's another term, tangles. It's the twisted microscopic strands of the protein tau, which is rhymes with wow. Another thing, a bulletin they have is loss of connections among brain cells that's responsible for memory, learning, and communication. These connections or synapses transmit information from cell to cell. Inflammation, that's another bullet a bullet point that expresses the changes in Alzheimer's. So inflammation, which is triggered by the body's immune system, and then the last one is eventual death of brain cells and severe tissue shrinkage. So with that being said, I'm looking at the part here that's talking about loss of connections among brain cells, which meaning memory, learning, and communication. Because a lot of people, older people, and that's an age group, definitely 70, 80, 90. They forget a lot of things. They don't retrieve or receive information quickly as they used to, or like no one else. They're at a different stage in life with their body, so they don't retrieve things well. And communication can be a problem because they can forget what you told them. When you tell them something and they're saying something else that's not true, and you're telling them what it is. They have an imagination in their mind what things is and what things should be and what should be. So that can be hard. you know, especially if you got a parent that, you know, has you know, Alzheimer's, and if you're a person that don't have a, you know, that they don't have their parents dealing with it, you know, just people that you're close to that are older, maybe you know, a aunt, a uncle, you know, your grandma, your grandpa, you know, I mean, if you're close to that person, that can definitely be hard, and they can't function like they used to. You know, so I mean, you know, your brain goes through a lot of changes too, and that's another thing. So that's why, you know, I know you can't control it. I know researchers and science is, you know, and scientific researchers are trying to find ways to cure it, or at least, you know, postpone the progress. But, you know, I think it also has to do with also taking care of yourself too. You know.
Mm. Well, I mean, I agree. I think there's different factors, you know, just have seen the different things that I've seen between, you know, again, they lose the memory extensively. They repeat themselves
Over and over.
Over and over and over and over again. It's like their mind goes back like to a childlike stage. Where they can forget how to go to the bathroom. Just little simple things that they used to do when they were just more vibrant and independent.
Or even putting their clothes on. They might put on the wrong clothes or put on somebody else's clothes.
Or not put on any clothes.
Or not.
Or walk out with naked.
Yep.
Or
thinking they're going somewhere too. Like,
right.
If they just want to go out and thinking that's okay to just go out, and they have no clue, they're thinking in their mind how to set up whatever memory that's triggered.
Mm-hmm.
They think that's real.
And they can also become very violent.
Yes.
Physically violent, verbally abusive.
Yep.
You know, like my mom, and you know, it took me a long time to want to talk about this out in the public, because it's still very overwhelming to this day, because I don't have my mom close to me yet, but you know, she tells people she's always been a feisty woman before any of this, and she's still very much feisty, living with dementia, but she's a strong woman. She's strong. You know, she doesn't like to sit still. You know, unless she's just not feeling well, or you know, if she just does not want to go out. But normally, my mother takes a walk. My mother, you know, tells people like if she don't go out, she feel like she's gonna die, and
that just might be true.
And so she has to get her daily walk on, even if it's just walking around the corner and coming back. You know, they can forget where they live. They can catch they that's what it is. I'm grateful for her getting some support there from, you know, a couple of organizations, but I'm definitely, you know, doing and looking for more and eventually get her here. You know, with Medicaid, it's just a sad thing. Cut it off.
Yep.
Cut it off. No more.
You got to fend for yourself.
And you have to, right, fend for yourself. And, you know, they say right now there is no cure. However, the way that my mind's set up, I think if you have the money, there is a cure. But for the time being, there is no cure. They give them medication to slow the process. It does not heal them, but it slows the process of their brain. It slows it down.
Well, you have you can prolong your life.
Right. Yeah. I also believe, like Uno, and we both have our own minds, but I also believe
we think a lot on some things.
We do.
Too.
I also believe that, you know, the way that black families used to eat, and Alzheimer's is not a black thing. It's it's one of those diseases that it is a everybody thing. But speaking of the black family and how we used to eat growing up, I think a lot of but just different ways on how our food was prepared, I think plays a part in it. It may not be the major part, but I believe it has a part to play in it. And now it's kind of caught up to a lot of us. And so
that's
now
why we have to watch what we eat.
Watch eat because even these trucks that drive, I saw on a Facebook video, and I had posted on my wall how this truck, I forgot what state it was in, that it was just spraying, just driving down the street, just spraying all these chemicals in a predominantly black neighborhood.
There's a reason for that. But that's a whole nother
that's
conversation.
That's another conversation.
Because we're going to have conversations like lead that.
And
I'm glad you brought that up.
And so it's
future
just
topic.
Yes. And so we have to be so mindful. I can tell you to eat pork, don't eat meat because ancestors, blah, blah, blah. But it's your choice on what you eat, how you live. Please just be cautious and mindful. You know?
Yeah.
Just be cautious and mindful because, you know, I had made a Facebook that, you know, I'm going back vegetarian, and that's been difficult here lately. I was doing good, and then I got stressed out, and I went back to the turkey or the chicken. I don't eat pork, but haven't in I can't even tell you how long. But I just want to be mindful, and I don't like the ignorance when people say, "Oh, well, you're gonna die of something."
Okay, that's true. Yeah, okay, point taken. We get it. But get it up though.
Why do people just die of old age?
Why speed it up? I mean, they said that statement, right? Okay, all right. I'm not. No one's disagreeing, but why speed up your death? That's what I'm saying.
But I mean, I know people that have just died of old age.
You can be healthy and still die. So.
Right, and I've said that before in previous shows that I knew of people who were physically fit and they just dropped dead.
Yep, and it happens.
So it happens.
But at least if you're eating healthy, you know, you can, you know, prolong your life a little longer. I mean, you keep eating bad stuff, you can't expect to live. You can't expect to have a long life expectancy. You know, if you're eating bad food and just taking bad stuff into your body, period. You know, you just gotta be more conscious. That's all she's trying to say.
Yeah, just be more conscious, and definitely spirituality, as for anything with me, plays a very important major role. Spirituality just kind of helps you get to where you need to get to. So yes, as a caregiver, it could be very overwhelming, physically, mentally, emotionally, very tedious. Alzheimer's Association that I found a little while ago, since I've known my mother knows. Great tool that it is, because not only do they educate you, you know, as a caregiver and just as people in general, but they have resources in your city, state, where if you need to talk to somebody, you can actually call them up. They are 24/7. You can call them up if you, as the caregiver, if you just need to vent, if you're feeling overwhelmed. They have trained professional staff 24/7. If you need also a support group, They can give you based on your zip code or your city where you're at, where you can go, so you don't always have to feel that you're alone. And that's something that I'm honestly working on myself. And and they'll email you tons of information. They also will give you some places where you can start off at. So Alzheimer's Association is a great resource, which is www.alz.org. Again, www.a states have different times that they have, like like a march or vigil or something like that, to person with the, especially having early, and you're trying to figure it all out, like what's going on in your life. They have support for that. So my information, all my information, just comes from the Alzheimer's Association, which is again a great tool, great resource for the consumer and the caregiver. So I just want to say that. And Mom, I love you. I know you're not on Facebook, but the two.
How sweet. Hey, Mondoos.
So that's what I have to say.
Virginia Brown.
Yep. And for all those,
my prayers go out to you, Miss Brown.
All those that I don't know or do know, that's from the caregiver to those that have dementia or Alzheimer's, my heart goes out to you. Nam Yoho Renke Kyo, peace and blessings to you. Mm-hmm. That the family copes and deals and gets all the support that you can, not only for yourself but for your loved one.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Just want to put this out there. I don't want to dwell on it too much because I'm not, just not there to have a whole full conversation about it. But speaking of Alzheimer's, I recognize that in my father too. He's up there in age, and I've seen the symptoms. Just how he responds to things, deal with things, how he reacts, and it's very troublesome for me. So it has some, and you deal with a lot of, just be.
Not them.
Well, let me say this.
Most of the time, it is the disease.
Yeah. I'm gonna say this though. I say 80% of it is the disease. 10%, I don't think so. But I have my reasons why I say that, because let me say this. I say 90%. 90% is the disease, absolutely, and I'll say the other 10% no, because to some degree, even though their brain is affected drastically, doesn't mean they can't comprehend or function to a certain extent, or still not function, because they can. So they could receive certain things well and understand certain things well, but because if you know how your loved one is, how you've been knowing them all your life, and your close brother, certain things, you be like, okay, you know what, that ain't your damn Alzheimer's. You just acting like that. Certain things, but 90% of the time, definitely is Alzheimer's. It definitely takes a big toll on a lot of elderly, it changes them completely. So I mean, yeah, so the thing to do is just be, help them out. If you cannot, if you physically can't, you have what they call it,
the assisted living facility.
And
that's another quick thing. Like that's, there again, people are always talking, but you're not being productive, or you're not being supportive, because people quickly, and I remember I asked something like this earlier in a Facebook thing, like, what if your family member, what if your mother or father got really ill, especially with Alzheimer's, and you could not mentally, emotionally, or financially take care of them? Would you put them in a nursing home or an assisted living facility?
And don't say it just to say it. Say how you really feel.
And a lot of people got back with comments like, "Oh, how could people do that? They birthed you," and but that's your story, because you don't know how other people can cope or deal with things. Maybe that's the best thing. Maybe they financially, emotionally, mentally can't take them in and take care of them full time. They may have to seek professional help somewhere else that can deal, because that is a lot.
They have a lot on their plate.
It's a lot.
They might not be able to take that time out to really, care for them full time.
Right.
Not that they don't love them or not care for them, or they being disrespectful. They just can't. You can't judge a person off of that.
Boy, we quick to ready to want to tell somebody else how they should do something with their life.
Oh, they shouldn't do that to their parents. How dare they?
Right. When you not even check yourself. I mean, seriously, because you can say that now, but what if a situation came about where your living parent becomes sickly, dementia, Alzheimer's,
and it comes a burn to you,
or any I guess lifelong or terminal illness.
Yeah, terminal illness.
Yeah. You talk that now, but what about if it changes?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you got to be honest with yourself. I have to be honest with myself. Right now is overwhelming. I have to be honest. So I have head goes crazy places all the time, every day. But I'd rather know that there's trained professional people that can be there 24 hours a day.
But that's trustworthy, though.
Trustworthy,
you can't trust everybody.
Trustworthy, absolutely, because they do have bad experience. Well, so
nobody wants to talk about that.
No one wants to talk about that. We just like to sweep it under the rug, honey. But let's just be real.
Put the finger to the children. Mm-hmm. That there's so much in the wrong, because that might be a toll for them too. They keep getting that verbal abuse and physical abuse from their own parents, whether it's the father or the mother. Mm-hmm. Some people, they're not strong enough to deal with that.
Absolutely.
That's okay. It doesn't make them bad people.
It doesn't. Absolutely.
Whoever disagrees, oh well, that's your fucking emotion. Everybody just don't feel the same way. You can't expect everybody to have the same feeling on a situation. Mm-hmm. Because honestly, nobody know how the hell they gonna act until it happen. You can sit here and assume, I'm gonna do this.
You can guesstimate all you want, honey, but until, like Uno said, it is actually happening to you. You just, you can have a comment, that's fine, but stop pointing fingers and being so judgmental. Like, stop. Like, okay, since you're doing all that woody woo woo, how about you go take care of their parent, since you think they should do something a certain type of way? Why don't you be the big person and just go take care of them? I bet you won't. You'll shut up then.
Right. So really, you're just talking. You're talking to be talking. Mm-hmm. Excuse me, I gotta do something real quick. Hold on.
So yeah, just again, this is one of those other conversation pieces where you need to educate yourself. Educate yourself. Knowledge is power. You have to educate yourself.
Absolutely.
So, okay. So now we will talk about, which topic would you like to talk about? We have
let me see,
two more topics to talk about.
Two more topics. Well, we have
the National Safety Month.
Yes, National Safety. We have Men's Health Month. Mm-hmm. So we're gonna lead it. We're gonna end it out with National Safety Month because that's a pretty simple one. It's not really a lot to cover with that. So
we're gonna talk about men's
health. That's very important.
That is
definitely wants to talk about this right now.
Men's Health Month. Yes, very important. So just doing, this is, of course, again, June, for those that have tuned in. Hope that if you're just tuning in now, Jade and Uno, we're co-hosts of Chit Chat Chew Show that airs every Monday. We want it to be 6 to 8 p.m. sometimes. Live
our standard time.
Standard time is normally 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Off for the past few weeks. We've just been juggling time here, so we're trying to get together, but bear with us, please. So yeah, we push it. Really, we go. Since we haven't been live at the radio yet, it's been kind of really 7 to 9. So,
but that's okay too.
Yeah.
So for Men's Health Awareness Month, yes, we're touching on you guys because you need to take care of yourself also. It's very important.
Yep.
So what we have is, I'm going to read it for June. June is Men's Health Month. Okay? The purpose of Men's Health Month is to heighten the awareness of preventable health problems and encourage early detection and treatment of diseases among men and boys. This month gives healthcare providers, public policy makers, the media, and individuals an opportunity to encourage disease and the responses of awareness activities in the U.S. and around the globe. So, it's very important, guys. You must take care of yourself. I'm not a man, but I'm sure that the different things that you have to go to and getting those certain exams that you don't like because it feels, I'm sure it probably feels uncomfortable and disgusting. Or you don't trust doctors. And
that's a major reason why they don't go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Fear.
Yeah.
I believe fear plays a part as well.
Fear what they might find out.
Fear what they may find out. Absolutely. Yeah. So just including skin cancer. African American men are at the greatest risk to develop cancer. American Cancer Society recommends men with an average risk of prostate cancer should begin the discussion about screening at the age of 50, while the risk of prostate cancer should begin earlier. Sexual health is a major overall health marked for men.
And that's another thing. You gotta be careful who you're sleeping with.
1 in 4 men will experience some form of sexual health concern by the age of 65. Okay. Erectile dysfunction and lower testosterone are linked to larger health risks, including heart disease, high blood pressure, diabetes, and obesity.
I want to get back to that sexual. Men, you have to be careful who you're sleeping with because that definitely can accelerate, diseases and illnesses. I mean, definitely cancer and prostate is a big one. So yeah, because you got to think about not only the energies that you transfer from I mean, that you're getting from other partners, but how about the touching of skin, body fluids, things like that. All that stuff accumulates when you with different people, and that definitely can factor in accelerating probably as well. So, like, go back to what we said earlier, just of your body. I mean, you have to be careful. Like, definitely get checked. Men, please go get checked out. Doesn't matter what you're gonna find out. Better find out now than later, because it could be something very serious. And what if it's too late in the stage of what you find out? You know, so you want to, if just in case if something was to be wrong with you, you can catch it early. But really just knowing to just, take care of yourself. So if you get checked out, you'll be all right. You don't have to worry too much. I mean, I know it can be fearful for black men especially. I'm sorry, I can't speak for other races because they don't do the same thing black men do. I'm saying this because you got to look at the history of why black people in general, but specifically men, don't like going to the doctor. Because, I mean, what they've done to black people. I mean, if you read into the medical apartheid history, you will know why. And it still had, and then that's why I carry from generation to generation, knowing that knowledge that stops a lot of black people from going anyway because of what they've done. Rather, it's, transportation of the body parts, injecting black people with things, just all kind of experiments, all kind of inhumane things. So, but I say this to say, all I can really say is, I mean, if there's no way you can be holistic with it, I mean, if you're open to being holistic and going a natural way of healing yourself, I suggest going that way. If you can't trust yourself enough to go to a doctor, because believe me, I know that shit can be hard for black men, and it's understandable, rightfully so. You know what I'm saying? That's not your only choice, because like Jade, I'm pro-choice too. If you feel comfortable or just, going another route, that's totally fine. Because everybody don't have to go to the doctor all the time. The doctor don't have all the answers. I'm sorry, but I can't encourage you not to take care of your body. I'm sorry, I can't encourage that. I'm pro-choice, but I'm not pro-choice on that. So you have to take care of your body. There's no way around it. You go to the doctor, better care of yourself, and if you choose to go to the doctor, I just say that. If you choose to go to the doctor, please go get checked. Make sure it's a periodic thing, making sure everything's all right with yourself. It don't have to be just prostate, just your whole body in general. You want to avoid a lot of things. So I just want to put that out.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, I totally agree. Across the board, please just take care of yourself. Change your mindset, because you have one you. Your temple, head to toe, is very important, just like a woman's temple is very important, head to toe. So yeah, definitely. So a couple of questions that they asked the expert. He's a medical doctor. His name is Kevin Billups, African, a black man. One of the questions was, what are the biggest health issues men face? There is a crisis in America right now in men's health, and it affects every community. That crisis revolves around managing chronic medical diseases like diabetes, obesity, hypertension, heart disease, and high cholesterol. These common problems are causing men to die prematurely in the prime of their life. So it's something serious. It's not just in older men. It is in all ages. And like diabetes, obesity, hypertension, heart disease, and high cholesterol, I see that a lot in the black community. Again, I cannot speak for other races. I'm not a part of that race. I claim black, Asiatic. Yeah. So our black community is increasing in our younger children.
That's a problem.
The juvenile diabetes and the obesity. These kids.
High blood pressure. Young children again, high blood pressure. What is that about?
Oh, yeah.
This is not good.
Absolutely.
You got to change that.
Absolutely. And so the next question is, what is low testosterone? Testosterone is the main male hormone and is responsible for a number of things, including reproductive development as a male. It's made in the testes and impacts a number of functions. The most common symptoms of low testosterone are decreased sex drive, erectile difficulty, tiredness, mood changes, and occasional memory problems. If you have low testosterone, you're at increased risk of developing diabetes, hypertension, or a number of other chronic conditions. Yeah. So, again, get yourself checked out. But also, as Uno said too, on the flip side of it, please strap up. Wear a condom. Stop always wanting to go raw.
I know.
In the long run, so if you say it feels good,
better.
Okay, but in the long run, this is your life, your health.
Everything's not going to be comfortable and easy either. So something you got to do that you don't like.
Maybe invest in checking out what other condoms they have. They say they have other ones that feel,
feel straight.
They feel right. You're right. So just
look into it.
Look, please do, please. Oh, because we need you, strong black men.
We need y'all.
We need you. I don't give a damn if I'm a lesbian or not. We need you.
I support.
I support you, strong,
black, straight males. I support y'all.
Black men. I'm comfortable in my skin.
I don't
believe that.
Me too.
So please, we need you.
Yes, we do.
We need you.
We don't need no more weak brothers. We don't need it. I'm sorry.
We need strong physically.
I know people gonna let that
strong mentally.
Oh, so you saying you don't want no gay men walking around? That has nothing to do with nothing.
Okay, you can. Okay, if y'all want to feel like that, we like y'all. Hey, you gay men. Hey, I know a lot of gay men that's strong too. Yeah. We just need the man.
The masculinity.
Please, just
I'm not saying you gotta be a hyper masculine motherfucker. I'm just saying we need masculinity. That's all we saying.
There's no hate or no shade here, please. So don't come up on here because you might get it with the next.
No, you're gonna get it from me. I don't give a damn. You're gonna get it.
Yeah, so just please, nothing.
Y'all,
we know
people that know me that be on my page. Y'all know I'm with the shits. So
right.
I don't give a damn.
I know, and really, I don't either. I just. Yeah, when it comes from me, they be like, what in the,
Yeah, she transformed. You be like,
I be transforming.
You be having a face like I'm having now, like, what the fuck is happening? She was cool just 5 minutes ago.
We thought she was the more calmer one. Woo, I don't know. We know.
Maybe not.
We know Uno is just out there, but Jade?
Oh my God.
I'm like, did she really just? Yes.
I'm concerned. Let me hit her inbox. Let me ask her some questions. Are you alright?
Hey, did you take your meds? Are you having a bipolar moment? But anywho, the little laughter. So this other question that was asked of Dr. Kevin Billups was, after age 40, what happens to a man's prostate? Once we get over the age of 40, our prostate grow is known as benign prostate enlargement. The common symptoms include slow urinary stream or a sudden urge to go to the bathroom. And enlarged prostate has been linked to a number of metabolic diseases such as diabetes and cardiovascular disease. You see how the same symptoms recur with these? So, I mean, it's letting you know you got to get with it, men.
Get with it.
Young men.
Make that a song. Get with it.
You got to get with it. Take care of your body.
Get with it.
They have this, and again, we're going to post these up because what I'm reading comes from hopkinsmedicine.org. They have a program called the Men's Health and Vitality Program. It's a unique program focused on specific health-related challenges and designed to help men live a longer, happier, and healthier life. So, again, we're going to be posting these things. Well, Uno is.
Absolutely.
Going to be posting
all the links.
All the links.
From her end and my end, and we're going to post everything that we just spoke of, cited from our resources. So, yes.
We have to do better, people. I mean, we just have to do better. We have one life, and I don't have that mentality I'm going to die of something. I'm not even there. My focus is living. And being the best and being the best that I can be while I'm alive. Mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, psychologically, learning to watch what I say.
Yes.
Because when you speak out negativity, it comes back to you 3 times
and
hard.
You can't take it back.
And you cannot take it back. And so we just have to be mindful. Because we are definitely in those days, times where we gotta get it together and stop making excuses.
Yeah, no more excuses.
And I claim that for myself too. When I speak it, I'm speaking for myself too. I ain't no better than nobody.
Me too.
So I mean, I gotta do better too. So
I definitely need to do better. I know I need to do better.
That's what I do.
Ain't that right, Jade? You know. Personally, I need to do better. For real. Yeah, go ahead. I know you want to say some stuff. Go ahead.
Let Jesus be offense.
I'm special.
Okay, Ashe and Nam Yo and Kyo and all of that. But it's all good because at least we know. At least we know what we need to work on. Like for real. At least we know. We can laugh at it, but at least we know what we need to work on. It's when you in denial or when you want to sweep it underneath the rug or say I'm gonna get to it later, and later may be too late.
Yeah, absolutely.
So do it now. Just
while you can.
I
know it can be hard, people.
It's difficult. It's hard. It's overwhelming. It's stressing, frustrating. Makes you angry. Makes you go through all these different types of moods.
Damn, she don't find her glasses out.
Oh, good.
But really, let's do better, people.
Yeah, we got to seriously.
Let's just do better.
But I will say, if you want to get involved in Men's Health Month, just being a person that can spread awareness, plan a health fair. It could be a large one, mini one. If you can't plan one, you can get involved in the fair. You can get involved in fundraisers. So if you want to do one yourself, or you get involved with an organization or company that does fundraisers, whether for prostate or whatever health condition that a man goes through. You can also create awareness so you can spread the word about Men's Health Month, whatever disease it is concerning men, whether it's through social media, through a media platform, or speaking at some event or in some engagements, whatever it's at. Spread awareness. That's a few things. And get involved in the screenings too. You a man, get involved in screening yourself.
And educate other men as well.
Yes.
Exactly. Absolutely. Quick tip, it says here, healthy eating for men. Quick tips. Read the nutrition label. Checking the serving size as well as the amount of trans fat and sugar in what you're eating. Cook with healthy fats. Use olive oil or butter when
They can. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Now say that last part.
What did I say? Oh, the 75% of men. 75% of men are overweight or obese. Eat lean protein. Like if you eat meat, eat lean protein. You know, it says fiber soaks up cholesterol. So just watch your intakes. And it might be a little extra step, okay. But if it's for the betterment of yourself, why not? You know what I'm saying? Why not? It says wellness for men. Necessary tests. Blood pressure. High blood pressure is a serious health concern and can cause organ damage or even death. Cholesterol. Testing your cholesterol is important, especially if you have risk factors for heart disease, such as diabetes. 3 is right here.
Colorectal.
Colorectal cancer. I was going to say that. Colon cancer kills 56,000 people each year, and many of those deaths could be avoided with proper screening. Did you hear that? Colon cancer kills 56,000 people each year.
That's a lot.
Exactly.
That's a lot.
And many of those deaths could be avoided with proper screening. 12.1% of men 18 older are in fair or poor health. One visit. How often should you see your doctor for a checkup? One visit a year, they say, at least. So we have...
I don't 1 year because I can change in a year, but...
Could.
Whatever. I get it.
Could. As needed.
Right.
As needed. So there's so many different facts about so many different things for men's health that is going to be posted, and just use it to your advantage, please.
Be conscious of your body. Be aware what's going on with your body. That's all we're going to say about that. Men, please take care of yourself. Please.
Yes, please.
Thank you.
Hello.
Yeah.
Get it together.
Get it together. Duh.
You're like, we don't sound like a white girl.
Yeah, so what?
Forget yours.
She's silly.
I'm silly, but I'm dead on serious.
Right.
Like, seriously, like, let's get it together, people. Like, really. So, yeah.
So that's it with that.
So that's it with the men's health. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you people for listening to everything we said so far tonight.
So far.
The last one is national safety, and I'm going to let you take the lead because I know you've been talking about this national safety.
Oh, well, yeah.
I'm going to speak a little bit on it, but, you know.
I mean, really, so also for June, our final awareness that we are talking about is National Safety Month, and really didn't know it really existed, to be honest, until my job.
I feel like, what's the purpose? I just sent out a scream and I said that. Oh, okay, I'm back in now.
There are things that you must take precaution
Look at you trying to explain
on. And so, okay, so it says, safety is no accident. June is National Safety Month. It's time to repair broken steps, clean out the medicine cabinets, and install lighting in dim hallways. June is National Safety Month. This event, which brings national attention to accident prevention, is sponsored by the National Safety Council. As a member of the American National Standards Institute. So during... duh. Did I really do that?
So I want my face look in Facebook Live. I'm gonna need for me not to look like that.
I'm gonna need for you not to look like that again. During National Safety Month, NSC helps Americans to prevent injuries and accidental deaths by calling attention to common safety and health risk. Okay, so it could be, they have a lot of tips for protecting against accidental falls, both at home and at work. Aisles, stairs, and walkways should be clutter-free. Spills should be white. Dropped objects picked up, and cabinet drawers closed when not in use. Use handrails in stairways. Take one step at a time and report or repair broken stairs or loose stair coverings. Apply non-skid floor coatings and slip-resistant mats where falls are likely. Slow down and take small steps when walking on a wet or slippery surface. Inspect ladders before and after every use. So it just tells you, specifics on what type of proper footwear you should have. Athletic shoes greatly reduce the risk of falls among the elderly. The risk of falling increases if in stockinged feet or bare feet. Use non-skid throw rugs to reduce chances of slipping on linoleum. Store frequently used items in easy-to-reach areas. Exercise regularly. The stronger the body, the more likely a person is to sustain a fall with minimal injuries.
You exercise, you have better stamina.
So, again, there's just some very great tips.
Helpful tips.
Helpful tips.
Absolutely.
Because a lot of times we may not think of these things and just be like, okay, whatever. But
going again back to what we're saying, being conscious and being aware. Because you have to be aware of your surroundings too. I know we've been talking about health and mental state, but also your surroundings can play a big part in life. So be aware, because you want to avoid things happen when you are conscious. You got to take care of yourself. Guard your temple, treasure your body.
Absolutely.
So,
what did you have?
Well, I have a not really. I know you are. The question is asked: how can National Safety Month make a difference? We can all use this month to raise awareness about important safety issues like medication safety. Oh, that's another thing. Prescription painkiller abuse, driving, biking, and working safely, first aid and emergency preparedness, preventing slips, trips, and falls, which she just touched a lot on. Jade just touched a lot on that. Everyone can get involved in reducing the risk of injuries. So, you share information. See how we share information? Just share information about steps people can take to protect themselves and others. How you can spread the word about national safety. You can this website here is Health Finder, so you can actually add information about safety to their newsletter. You can just tweet about National Safety Month. Just how we've been tweeting about National Safety Month. We're promoting our flyers and just kind of putting it out there in the air where people just really think and get interested and want to hear what we got to say and spreading awareness about national safety. You can host a community event where families, which I'm reading from, which is healthfinder.gov. You can add that to your website. So if you person that has a business, or you're a web designer, or whatever you have a website for, you can add it to your website, blog. You know what I'm saying? So if you're into blogs and all that, it don't have to be a business blog or a media blog. That's great too. But if you got a personal blog, that's good too. And just your social networking profile, like we've been adding, about, just putting it out there about National Safety Month. So social media is definitely a great tool to spread awareness with. So that's pretty much it with that article. It wasn't too much to really touch on with that.
So yeah, other ways to get involved: by taking action to increase awareness about safety issues. You can partner with a local high school to host an information session on the risk of distracted driving. Encourage your employees to take the Self at Work Pledge. You can sign up to receive free National Safety Month materials. You can invite a nurse or someone from your local public health department to speak about preventing slips, trips, and falls. You can host a speaker series at your local library with public health and safety experts to discuss safety in your community. So yeah, like you said, because we have the same thing.
Yeah.
They have a host of different resources: learning first aid, prepare for an emergency, stay safe at work, use medicine safely.
Yeah.
Healthy people topic areas like preparedness, occupational safety and health, injuries and violence prevention, and then they also have a personal health tool, emergency supply checklist. So they have so many different resources and tools like driver safety. I know they did at my job, emergency preparedness, fall prevention, first aid. I got my CPR first aid, like I just had to do that. Injury prevention, prescription drugs.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's so many different.
And I'm gonna post these links up, by the way, since you're saying this, so you guys can become aware.
It's so many. It's
and
so many.
practice safety.
Safety,
first.
yes. Little things that you wouldn't even think of, like you could do damage if you just. It's all about knowledge is power. See, for me, this is great conversation. I'm not saying I don't like all the other different type of shows, but this is great information to know, because guess what? The reality shows, I mean, I can understand for a lot of people, it takes them out of what they may be going through. It's very entertaining, and I get it because I used to watch it, and there's some stuff that I get entertained on too.
Certain stuff I still do. I ain't gonna lie. I get entertained with certain stuff.
Exactly.
I do.
But this is knowledge. This is knowledge. This is something that you can take these tools and resources
for life.
For life. And you can not only save yourself, but save or help somebody else. Mm-hmm. Pass the information on, because that's what we do. Mm-hmm. A lot of times, even though I have a job, the Creator has blessed me with a better job than what I had, I still post. If you follow me for real, I still post stuff that I'm not going to apply for, but I know it can help somebody else. Mm-hmm. And people, sometimes people do, hit me up and be like, what, that job you post, I went blah, 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 I got the job. So that makes me feel good, because it's never just about me. Mm-hmm. Never. You get blessings from helping other people. Else. Right. Not saying you can always save everybody, because you can't.
No.
But when you know it's coming from your heart, that knowledge or whatever you do that's
or
good,
resources,
when you know you're doing it from the heart and you pour it out, you get blessed. Mm-hmm. Like really, you get blessings and good fortune. So yeah, spread it. Take the seeds, spread it, let it grow, honey.
I even do that when I'm spreading a lot of black knowledge. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I'm always sharing something, because I want my people to know. Mm-hmm. I mean, I can't keep that to myself. Or even if it's something I know personally, I just put it out there, just to plant a seed and help someone that it could better their lives. It's not about me. So basically, what you're saying, it's not about just me and her. It's about others too, helping other people that can make them become better. So that's pretty much sums up everything we just said. Mm-hmm. So yeah. So this is
every time it just always works itself out for the better, and I love it. It's awesome that, again, that's what Uno just said. That's why we keep doing what we do, because our blessings, whether we see them right now, they're coming. They're coming, and we're getting blessed, because we're still able to do these shows, no matter what setting we in. We're still able to do these shows so that You can replay it as many times as you need to.
Yeah.
Right. So
Yeah.
I'm blessed.
That's it.
Let them know how they can reach out to us.
All right. So how they can reach out to us through social media and also media platforms, the video media platforms. Okay. So Facebook. We have a Facebook page. Go to Chit Chat Chew Show. No, Chit Chat Chew Show, LLC. That's our actual Facebook page. Go like us on Facebook. We have a group. We have a Facebook group. So, if you would like to join the group, please let us know. Whether it's through Jade or me, you can inbox us. Or if you're not comfortable, you just want to email us, that's fine too. It doesn't matter. If you want to tag us, however you comfortable doing it, please do it. Join our Facebook group, which is Chit Chat Chew Radio Show, and we will add you. We also have a Instagram. Our Instagram is at Chit Chat Chew Show. Please follow us on Instagram. We also have a Twitter.
Twitter?
Twitter. Twitter.
Okay.
At chit_chat_chew. I'm gonna repeat it one more again. At chit_chat_chew. Please follow and tweet us on Twitter, please. We appreciate it all, and please do the same for the ones I just mentioned, the other social media sites. We thank you so much. We also have a YouTube, which is so we had to change our username on on YouTube. Okay, so it's Chit Chat Chew Show. So you should be able to find us like that. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Comment. We thank you so much. And we also have a Vimeo, which is at Chit Chat Chew Show. Please follow us on there. And you can tell them about our website and Etsy.
So our website is www.chitchatchewshow.com. Again, www.chitchatchewshow.com. You can go in there. You will see, if not all, most of our shows. You will see the guests, the past guests, whether they were on our show or not. You'll see them, everybody. You'll see everybody. We have a donation button. We appreciate, your support and whatever you can give, because that money goes towards building on our business and what we're doing, our brand. So we appreciate you in advance. Also, we have our soaps on there. So if you want to purchase off the website, you can purchase off the website with that. If you want to get on our email list, we have that too.
Yeah, I think so. I'm gonna double check, but I
think we have that too.
I'm sure we do, because I'm still updating our website.
So with the soaps, again, you can either purchase them through our website, or you can go to our Etsy, which is www.etsy.com. You just go in the search box and type in Chit Chat Chew Shop. Again, that's go in the search box of Etsy.com, www.etsy.com, search box, Chit Chat Chew Shop. We have about 35
bars left.
35 bars left, a combination of small bars and large bars. It has the prices. We appreciate your support with that as well. Also, I'm going to plug it in, because I do facilitate with NAMI. I'm putting myself out there. I'm stepping out on faith. I would like to start speaking again about mental illness and just being a survivor of all of what I've been through in life. Not just mental, but being a survivor of rape, a survivor of molestation, a survivor of being homeless, a survivor of being a crack cokehead addict, and all of that. And I will go speak anywhere. I do not discriminate as long as you don't discriminate against me. I will go out. That's a passion, the other passion of mine that I just come how I come. I don't call it motivation. I just call it, I'm me. Take me as I am. And so if you're interested, hit me up through my Facebook Messenger if you want to drop me a line, or our email, which is chitchatchew. What is it?
Our email?
Forgot.
Chitchatchew _show
at
yahoo.com. Chitchat
business. So that's a work in progress too. We're working on that. So look out for that as well with me and Uno. Both going to be booking travel for you guys. Like the page, which is Lotus Flower Travel. Yes.
Lotus Flower Travel.
Lotus Flower Travel. So we thank you guys so much. If you're interested in being on the show, that's another thing. If you're interested in being on the show, whether you're a small business owner, if you work for a large corporation, if you have a large corporation, if you're like-minded, positive people, if you need to get out there, artist, or
I'm gonna get on the artist part.
You're an activist, an advocate, a liaison, a travel agent, or whatever you are, and you want to get it out there to people to know who you are, hit us up in that chitchatchew _show at yahoo.com.
And as far as the artist, whether you're a rapper, singer, spoken word artist, I just stick to that. I mean, now if you're some other artist, whether you sketch, you paint, this doesn't concern you because I'm just talking about music right now. But if you in those other areas, please, if you're interested in having a show, hit us up. We're definitely open. We're interested. We want to know what you got going on. We support everybody, but we definitely support Black.
Yep.
I mean, of course, we support everybody. It doesn't matter what your race, but yes, we want to support our Black people. So if you got something great, please hit us up. Now for the artists. Okay, so...
And we support our LGBT friendly.
LGBT all day, of course.
We support our LGBT. We are very much LGBT friendly as well.
Absolutely. And even LGBT with the music. Now, I'm going to say this LGBTQI. Just because we support you don't mean we're going to just play anything now. I hate to say it to you. Just because we support LGBTQ don't mean we're going to just play anything. I'm sorry.
As well as regular art.
Even regular artists. If you're a regular artist, if you're not in the community at all, we're not going to just play anything either. It works both ways. Okay, so with that being said, we're looking for quality music because, once again, we can't stress this enough. We want music to match the frequency of our show, okay? So we're looking for music under the lines of, positive, it's lyrical, it's real, it has a message, it's something that's actually cool, it's dope. You're saying something just along those lines. If it's an actually good quality song, even sound-wise, because I'm listening to sound too. I'm not just listening to what you're saying. How does it sound? How does it sound? The mixing process, the mastering process. I'm listening to all that. So if you got good quality, please send it to us. We'll listen to it and go from there. So that's what we're looking for as far as songs. So if you don't fit in that, don't expect us to play it. And and keep in mind, we listen to every song that you sing. I just want y'all. So send your. So if you have some, but if your artist, just send your music, including your social media info, a picture of you. And that's it. Now, if you want to send a bio, that's optional. You don't have to necessarily do that, but if you want to, that's totally fine. We're going to add it to our website anyway. So every time artists send something, we add it to our website so that way people can know about you, know about what you're doing, you know, what you got going on. They can keep up with you, follow you, whatever, support you. So that's what I wanted to say with that.
Is that Leona? Is that her name?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Leona. Just before we get off, I definitely want to thank you for chiming in when you did. I don't want to leave you excluded. Thank you. Appreciate you. So, yeah, I think that this is it. We look forward to you tuning in next Monday.
Mm-hmm.
Check us out. Check us out.
Oh, before you leave, Patreon. So we have a YouTube, so they operate a lot through Patreon. People that has a YouTube, they do donations through Patreon. So we do have a Patreon, which is Chit Chat 2 Show. So if you want to make a donation, whether it's $1, $5, $10, it doesn't matter. We so appreciate it. And if you do that, we have something to offer you if you do through Patreon. So that's it. I just wanted to throw that out there real quick.
Oh, yeah. We have our sponsorship package, too.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
We have our sponsorship package, which basically, in the nutshell, if you would like to be featured on our website, we have different packages, small packages, large packages, medium-sized packages. If you want to get on there, it's in our website. So you can read more.
It's on the first page.
It's on the first page. You'll see, based on what package you're interested in, what you will get. So we definitely got to put that out there too, our sponsorship package. So yeah, I want to make sure we get that too in there. So I think we're good, and we appreciate you. Like I always say, love on yourself, self-love, self-care, self-respect. You know what I'm saying? Be good to yourself. Your body is your temple. Be good to yourself, always.
Peace.
Peace, love, and hair grease.